Welcome to the 100th episode of the Jason Coleman Show. Please welcome Charlie McCoy, Ben Hall, and Jason Coleman.
Welcome to the 100th episode of the Jason Coleman Show. 100 shows. I just can hardly believe it, you know? When we hopped on Facebook Live on a whim one Sunday afternoon 3.5 years ago just to share some songs here from our piano, we just could never have imagined the road that it would have taken us to get where we are here today. You know, a lot's changed over these past 100 episodes, as some of y'all might have seen if you watched any of our marathon this past week, as you saw from episode 1 all the way through 99. We've upgraded the cameras and the mics and all that kind of stuff. Avery, of course, has grown up from a little 2-year-old when we started now to a big 6-year-old, a first grader. You know, we're being carried on WSM radio now, as well as we started just with Facebook. We have YouTube, WSM. We have more partnerships we'll be announcing here even very soon. But the heart of our show in all this time has not changed. It's still Natalie, it's Avery, it's me, our family, and your family, sharing music and sharing life together. So on that note, let's share some music and some life together here today. Our episode today is in 2 parts. First, we have our Hank Williams 100th birthday concert over at Grandma Mary Cramer's house. That's right, today, this very date, September 17th, 2023, Hank Williams would have turned 100 years old. So we have a Hank Williams concert for you, and joining me are a couple of great friends, all-star guitarist Ben Hall and our great friend, Country Music Hall of Famer Charlie McCoy. So our Hank Williams concert is up first, and then a little bit later on, we'll bring you back here to our living room for a couple of more songs to put a bow on our big 100th celebration, including a grand finale from this piano that I guarantee you will not want to miss. So y'all get comfy, Say hello there in the comments as you always do. Let us know where you're watching from. We love getting to see across the states and around the world who all's watching and who's tuned in right now. And let us know also if you think you are 100 for 100 so far, which I know many of you are. If you got perfect attendance, let us know that too, and we'll say, good job. Thanks for tuning in here with us today. It's a big day, and for now, let's go back to Grandma Mary Cramer's house as we honor the 100th birthday of the great Hank Williams.
You know, when I was a kid growing up in southern West Virginia, we lived about a quarter of a mile from the New River Gorge. And every night when that C&O coal train would make its run, when it passed Fayette Station, it would blow its whistle. As I laid there in my bed, that whistle echoing in the gorge was the lonesomest sound I've ever heard. And I think maybe at some time during his life, Hank Williams must have heard that same whistle. And just like Hank, I heard that lonesome whistle blow. So I was born in southern West Virginia, a small town called Oak Hill. Oak Hill has a place in history that's not many people know about it. January 1st, 1953, Hank Williams was on his way to Canton, Ohio from Knoxville to play a New Year's Day concert. He was being driven by a young chauffeur. About 6 a.m, they passed through Oak Hill, the only gas station. I'd never forget, it was a pure oil station. The only gas station there was open. So the driver gets out, he goes in, he's going to fill it up with gas and get some coffee. He goes to the back, opens the door, taps on Hank to see if he wanted, coffee or something to eat, and Hank was gone. Well, I was a young guy, and I had not a clue who he even was. But when I moved to Nashville, I found out real quick who he was and how important he was for the beginning and for country music, really. So I've done an album of Hank music, and I love the music he made. Think about it. He was only 29 years old without a high school education, and the songs he wrote 70 years later are still being played. You can't say that about many people, can you? Here's one of my favorite Hank tunes that he was talking to all the people around him. He said, "Y'all better mind your own business." 1, two, one, two. If the wife and I are fighting, brother, that's all right. 'Cause me and that sweet woman got a license to fight. Why don't you mind your own business? Hey, mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Well, the gal next door, she's a nosy thing. Picks up her phone when she hears mine ring. Why don't you mind your own business? Hey, mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. I'm gonna mind my own business. Girl wears her hair up high. The boys all quiver when she walks by. Why don't you mind your own business? Hey, mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Here's Jason minding his business. Ben, why by Ben was going to mind his business. I may tell a lot of stories that don't ring true, but I'll get to heaven just as quick as you. Why don't you mind your own business? Hey, mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Oh, the last time now. If I want a honky-tonk around a 2 or 3, brother, that's my headache, don't you worry about me. Why don't you mind your own business? Hey, mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, you'll be busy all the time.
Oh, thank you, Charlie McCoy. Thank you, Ben Hall, for joining us here at Grandma Mary Cramer's house for this special episode of the Jason Coleman Show. It's our 100th episode as we celebrate what would have been the 100th birthday today of one of the most influential figures in the history of country music, the great Hank Williams. Born on this date, September 17th of 1923, and as Charlie had said, passed away January 1st, 1953, at the age of 29. But in that time, he left an immeasurable legacy, and he left behind some of the most enduring songs ever written. Like this next one we'll share with you now, which actually won Linda Ronstadt a Grammy in 1974 for her rendition. Written by none other than Hank Williams, though, back in 1951. It's called I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. Today I passed you on the street, and my heart fell at your feet. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Somebody else stood by your side, and he looked so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. A picture from the past came slowly stealing as I brushed your arm and walked so close to you. Then then suddenly I got that old time feeling. 'Cause I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. It's hard to know another's lips will kiss you and hold you just the way I used to do. Oh, heaven only knows how much I miss you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. We're here at the Cramer house here for this special episode of the Jason Coleman Show, and I'm playing my Grandad Floyd Cramer's beautiful Steinway piano, which has been right here in this same spot in this room for more than half a century now. So I thought we ought to give the Floyd Cramer piano treatment to a few great Hank songs. Are you ready, boys? Sure. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Well, folks, we are celebrating today what would be the 100th birthday on this very day of the great Hank Williams on our 100th episode of the Jason Coleman Show. We got a whole host of family here tonight at Grandma Mary Cramer's house. This is the home of Floyd and Mary Cramer now for 60 or so years, and I'm so thrilled, of course, to be joined by, we got Grandma Mary back there. We've got Natalie and Avery and my parents and a whole gathered crowd of spectators here. But here on our makeshift stage, if you're just jumping in with our show, let me give a formal introduction to my compadres up here. Of course, I'm so excited to be joined right here beside me by a great friend and a fellow member of the Country Music Hall of Fame right alongside Floyd Cramer and Hank Williams. This is Charlie McCoy, everybody.
Here.
And out here on the end is another gentleman that actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can find him in the Country Music Hall of Fame several days a week, right?
That's right.
Is that the case?
Several days a week.
It's technically that's true, isn't it?
That is very true. My person is there.
Your person is there. Mr. Ben keeps things running there at the Hall of Fame here in Nashville, but he's a fantastic guitar player. You've probably seen him on Larry's Country Diner, and I think he is the newest member of the great country band here in town, 45 RPM. Would you please make welcome Ben Hall, everybody?
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here, Jason.
Well, y'all are just gluttons for punishment here to go along with us here for these. We're just sort of winging it as we always do, but making it work. So thank you both for being here for this special occasion here at Grandma's house. So let's do now another Hank Williams tune for you, folks. This was Hank's first hit single back from 1947, and it's a country song, but actually, really, truly, it's probably one of the first examples of what would become more like a rock and roll song. We're going to try it now, see if we can move on over and scratch on over and drag on over and do a little Hank Williams Move It On Over for you now.
Came in last night about 10:30. That baby of mine wouldn't let me in, so move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. How about it, Charlie?
She changed the lock on our front door. My door key don't fit no more, so get it on over.
Move it on over.
Scoot it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, skinny dog, 'cause the fat dog's moving in.
Oh, hey now.
This doghouse here is mighty small. It's better than no house at all. So ease it on over.
Move it on over.
Drag it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, old dog, 'cause a new dog's moving in. Move on in, Ben.
She told me not to play around, but I done let that deal go down. So pack it on over.
Move it on over.
Told it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, nice dog, 'cause a mad dog's moving in.
You know, she warned me once, she warned me twice, but I don't take no one's advice. So scratch it on over.
Move it on over.
Shake it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it over, short dog, 'cause the tall dog's coming in.
She'll crawl back to me on her knees, and I'll be busy scratching fleas. So slide it on over.
Move it on over.
Sneak it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, good dog, 'cause a mad dog's moving in.
Remember, pup, before you whine, that side's yours and this side's mine. So shove it on over.
Move it on over.
Sweep it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, cold dog, 'cause a hot dog's moving in. Move over, cold dog, 'cause a hot dog's moving in.
Here's one of Hank's songs. I think it's one of the saddest songs I've ever heard. And it makes me think back what I was talking about earlier, that maybe he heard that lonesome whistle down in that river gorge sometime. This song sure sounds that sad.
Well, folks, we've got one more Hank Williams song to wrap up our evening here. But first, we have to say thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks to our friends Ben and Charlie for joining us here. And of course, thank you to Grandma Mary for hosting the occasion here tonight.
Well, thank y'all for coming. This has been wonderful.
Hey, did these songs bring back some memories for you?
I felt like I was back in high school.
In high school?
We used to sing all day on the school bus.
You rode how many miles back and forth to school?
32 miles.
32
There,
miles
yeah.
on the school bus every day singing these songs. So
Yeah.
a lot of good memories from Hank Williams, and we thank you, Grandma, for opening your home to us.
Well.
And we got to get to this because we have some cake waiting for
Yeah,
us
we
too.
do.
So we got to get this last song here done and have some fun. So Grandma,
Having cake for dessert.
you know we're having cake for dessert. We got to do one more song though, all right?
Okay.
So Grandma, I'll let
Thank
you
y'all
head.
for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
All right.
We got one more member to the band here, Ben and Charlie. He's going to help us out here on a song that we all love by Mr. Hank Williams. Let's do some of I Saw the Light. I'll do an intro for us here. Let me get our intro. Ready?
I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light.
Just like a blind man, I wandered alone. Worries and fears I claimed for my own. Then like the blind man that God gave back his sight, praise the Lord, I saw the light.
I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I was a fool to wander and stray. Straight is the gate and narrow's the way. Now I have traded the wrong for the right. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Here we go. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, I saw the light. One more. Praise the Lord, I saw the light.
Good job. Take a bow.
High five there. Yes, sir. All right.
Happy 100th birthday, Hank Williams. And how about it for Charlie McCoy, Ben Hall, and of course, Mr. Avery Cramer Coleman for helping us out just now. Whew, and we are far from finished today, folks. That'll do it for the Hank Williams portion of our 100th episode. But we wanted to bring you back home, back here to our living room for a couple of songs, since it's right here where we spent most of our time together over the past 3 years and 100 episodes. So I'm going to play a song for you now that, aside from a certain last song, this might be the most requested song by all of you, and certainly one of my most played over all these shows. And it really speaks to just the heart of our family and of our story of these past 3 years, through the highs and the lows, and how the Lord has been so faithful and He's worked through so many of you in our lives and in each other's lives as well. So here now, this is a song of gratitude for the road we've traveled, and it's a song of hope for what lies ahead. Well, Natalie, here we are.
Here we are.
Right where it all began 3.5 years ago. Just me and you and Avery right here. And Avery, by the way, he has one more song for you, but we're letting him finish his snack over there while we chat with y'all for just a minute here. Now, I've tried to think back, Natalie, whose idea was it to get online and do this thing the very first time? Was it your idea?
I don't know.
It sounds like it'd be your kind of idea.
Maybe. I always used to do live streams every now and then, even before, and that was always a fun thing to do. So I might have said, hey, we don't have anything better to do.
Yeah, that's true. It was like 2 weeks into the very first COVID shutdown that everybody was stuck in their homes, and I think we just thought, well,
let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's just hop online and play some songs, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, it's easy to forget how different things were then. This week, as we've been getting ready for the 100th episode and getting excited, I've been looking back at some old pictures of Avery from that time period and scrolling through and seeing the rest of life at that time period, and it was all in this house and all the things we tried to do to stay entertained and have fun and keep a then 2-year-old, almost 3-year-old, having a good time at home with mom and dad. So yeah, lots of precious time together, but it was very different. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't see anyone in person. And at first, the couple weeks that we started the Sunday show, it was not only a good chance to play music, it was a great time to connect with our family and friends who we weren't seeing at that time or who live far away. Even like grandparents who didn't have iPhones and used FaceTime, like that was their way that they got to see us and not just talk to us, they got to see us and see Avery each week. So it was a special way to stay connected. And over time, through comments and conversations, it felt like the family grew. All of you who kind of became our audience every Sunday and commented, and we started to recognize your pictures and your names and get to know you. And so it really has felt like a family, a community that's naturally just become more and more over time. And even if as it's grown, episode after episode, more people, our supporter family growing, it still feels like family, and it still feels like just having you over in our living room for a concert.
It's because that's what it is. We're having you in our living room. It's funny, as we've gotten like cards and notes from some of you over the last few years, and we love that and getting, however it comes. A few of y'all have mentioned every now and then how realistic our set looks here, that it's like it's our living room, like we're on Larry's Country Diner or something like that, and which is not a real diner, by the way. No, this is really our living room.
House.
I have taken over the coat closet right back there underneath our stairs for all of the gear that it takes, so our coats have to go elsewhere. We set it all up, we take it all down, and we do that every week. We've done that now this whole time, but it really just speaks to the heart of what we do and how we do it. It's just what you see is what you get, right?
Yeah, it's just homegrown.
It is, truly.
Like Jason said, there's no grand plan at the start. We had no idea. We could have never guessed there'd be 100 of these, or that this would become such a big part of our life that we would look forward to and continue doing. We just try to take one step at a time, do the next right thing, share music, share family. Those are the things that are important to us. Share Avery.
Yeah.
And you all have shared your love and your support and your encouragement, and you've said that this is something you love and look forward to and have encouraged us to keep making it. And it truly is the truth that you are the ones who've made it all possible.
That's right. It's just this relationship we have, us and you coming back every week. And so we thank you for coming alongside us now for 100 episodes. 100. But this is just the beginning, y'all. We have no intention of slowing down. And it's only possible, we say it, but it's very true. It's only possible because of your support. Like I just mentioned, Larry's Country Diner and so many of these shows like that you all enjoy, I know. You always will see the show name presented by and then a company name, whatever it may be. The Jason Coleman Show truly is presented by you. It's the truth. As we celebrate 100 episodes today, we need you with us to make the next 100 possible. And the best way that we've come up with to make that easy for you to do is to join our supporter family and continue supporting our show. So Natalie, the big question, how do all of our folks out there sign up to become a supporter?
All right. Well, the good news is it's really easy. You just go to jasoncolemanmusic.com/join, and there'll be a link with this video that you can click. It's super easy. It only takes 2 minutes, if that, to sign up using your credit card or debit card. Super fast. You can select your level, starting at just $5 a month. You can choose to pay monthly or annually. It's simple. It's secure. Or if you don't want to use your credit card or debit card and you prefer to use a check and send that in the mail, there are instructions to do that on that page. And if you don't want to deal with the internet at all, we have good news for you. We have a wonderful friend, Jennifer, on our team, and you can call her and she will walk you through each step of the process. You just call our toll-free number, 833-633 8885.
Good job.
Yes. You can see that number there on the screen too and in the links. Call Jennifer and she will help you out with that.
Absolutely.
And don't forget about WSM tonight.
More music. That's right. Tonight, it is our 100th episode here today, but then tonight at 8 p.m. on WSM Radio, you can listen to our Hank Williams tribute there as well with a few extra Hank tunes thrown in. That's every Sunday night. We're on WSM. And one more thing, too, I almost forgot. If you haven't checked out our new Facebook group called Friends of the Jason Coleman Show, this is like any other Facebook group some of y'all are part of all across Facebook. It's open to anybody, and it's a great way to connect with other fans of the show and to help make sure you don't miss any of our music anytime. So if you're on Facebook, you can look for that group from my Jason Coleman Facebook page and jump in with us. Whew, it's a lot to get through, Natalie, but it's our biggest episode ever, so we might as well go out the bang
lots
here.
to say.
We thank you all again from the bottom of our hearts for going with us on this musical journey here the last 3.5 years. We love you all. We appreciate you all, not just for your support, but for all your love and your encouragement and just for being a part of our family. And so we're going to leave you today with one last song. For 100 episodes now, we've ended every show, I think it's been every single show, with a certain song in honor of my granddad, Floyd Cramer. Well, on this milestone 100th episode, I think it's time to hand over the slip notes to Avery Cramer Coleman.
Go for it.
Welcome to the 100th episode of the Jason Coleman Show. Jason Coleman.
All right.
It won't be a good video. Everybody will be sick to
Or this. Welcome to the 100th episode.
Do it again. Do it again.
Welcome to
All right.
Welcome to the 100th.
I'm not even doing anything.
Okay,
Okay, here we go. All right, last time. All right, go for it. Stand up where you were. Here, this way a little bit. There you go, right there. Yeah.
Welcome to the 100th episode of the Jason Coleman Show. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
All right, we're good.
Good job, buddy.
Your favorite piano songs from the Jason Coleman Show are now available on CD. 13 albums and counting, including a brand new tribute to the great Ronnie Milsap. Plus the iconic songs of Elvis Presley. Also the country standards of George Jones and Tammy Wynette. And the feel-good music of John Denver. These new CDs are the latest in my Live from the Jason Coleman Show series, joining the timeless music of Glenn Campbell, the smooth sounds of the Carpenters, the smash hits of Roy Orbison, and The Young Years, a concert from my Grandad Floyd Cramer's childhood piano. Plus a gospel piano concert, Hymns from the Heart. Also, Christmas hymns from the heart. And don't forget my Country Gold piano collection, spanning the greatest country hits of the 50s and 60s, the 70s and 80s, and the 90s and 2000s. All 13 of these Live from the Jason Coleman Show CDs are on sale now. Get the entire collection in one discounted bundle, or check out our mix and match deal. Buy any 3 and get your 4th CD free. Order online at jasonmusicstore.com or call 833-633-8885 to order over the phone. So if you're a fan of our Sunday shows, now you can enjoy the music anytime on CD, live from the Jason Coleman Show. Order yours today. You're listening to The Jason Coleman Show on WSM Radio.